You're clearing old files to save space, watching the progress bar tick across the screen, when you stumble across something that stops you cold. 2 years ago, my best friend Jake died. The police report described a fatal car crash on a quiet stretch of road. Case closed. Eventually, the shock wears off. You learn to accept it as a horrible, random accident, the kind of sudden loss with nobody to blame. Sifting through old hard drives forces a confrontation with a past you mistakenly believe is settled. Buried deep in my system was an isolated folder named Do Not Open. I have absolutely no memory of creating it. This diagram maps out the exact timeline of Jake's accident. But when we pull up the folder's internal properties, the creation timestamp lands right here, matching the very day he died. This creates a chilling paradox. Someone generated this digital container while the tragic events of that afternoon were actively unfolding. You can misremember a day or repress a traumatic event, but a system-generated timestamp is an immutable record. The data proves my memory is wrong. Inside the folder was a single audio file. I clicked play. For a few long seconds, nothing but hollow static played through the speakers. Then, Jake's voice cut through. He sounded terrified, breathing heavily like he was running. He forced out a warning, saying if I was listening to this, he was probably already dead. Then he said the one thing I'll never forget. It wasn't an accident. Immediately after those words, a massive, echoing crash ripped through the recording. Then, silence. The file just ended. 30 seconds of audio effectively rewrites the past 2 years. Jake died because of a deliberate, malicious act. The audio itself was a distraction, hiding a deeper layer of evidence. Digital files carry metadata, technical information that devices automatically record, like camera settings or geographic coordinates. This interface shows the standard audio waveform peeling back. Beneath the sound data, we uncover rows of raw EXF code, hiding a specific string of location data. When we translate these numbers, they pinpoint a precise target, an abandoned warehouse just outside city limits. Uncovering the truth now demands abandoning the safety of a computer screen to pursue a localized physical threat. I drove out there the very next morning. Stepping inside, the digital investigation becomes a gritty physical reality. The warehouse was vast and seemingly empty. I methodically swept the floor plan until I unearthed a rusted metal box hidden in a corner. Prying the lid off the box, I find the final piece of the trail, a single physical photograph. This nested breadcrumb trail was a deliberate mechanism, designed solely to guide someone to this piece of proof. The photograph shows Jake standing in the foreground of this exact warehouse, completely unaware of the figure standing in the shadows behind him. This is the photograph I pulled from that box. Look at the person looming behind Jake. My blood ran cold, because it was me. I have absolutely no memory of ever visiting this location or taking this photo. The most terrifying realization is the fragility of the human mind, and how our immutable digital footprints can betray the dark truths we have actively chosen to forget.